Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing the BRIBEJAT BT2 Smart Watch review. Let's get into it. First off, I just want to say a huge thank you to BRIBEJAT for sending over this watch as a review copy. Now, even though they did send it, everything in this video are my own thoughts and feelings. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. First off, what is in the box? So, the box includes the watch itself, some user manuals, and actually it comes with two bands, this leather one and a black one. More on the design later. It also comes with a magnet charger, which kinda acts as a wireless charger because you can simply just set the watch down on the pad and it's good to go. Other than that, in the box, you also get a screen protector, which is pretty nice because who does that? It's nice that these small companies give you everything you need right off the bat. Next up is the design. Now, this watch is actually really pleasant. It's a little bit chunky, so it could be a little thick for some people, but the leather band that it comes with is really nice. It actually comes with two bands, this leather one and another black, more sporty kind. I prefer the leather one because, in my opinion, it looks a bit nicer, but the black one is also very handy, maybe if you're going on a run or just need something a little more low-key. Now, the dial on the watch actually comes in clutch because it hides the bezels, so it makes the watch feel a little bit more premium since this chunk of nice looking metal is covering up what otherwise would be big black bars on the side of your watch. This dial is also very good for telling time on an analog face. Overall, my rating of the design would be a 7 out of 10. Maybe it could be a little slimmer, but that can always be upgraded with maybe a future version of the watch. Next up, performance. The performance on this thing is actually pretty good. There's not much to say on it. It just glides through the menus pretty well. There's not much noticeable lag while using it. And speaking of the menus, the UI is pretty clean and easy to navigate, and some of the widgets such as the sleep counter and the step counter are accompanied by nice little animations that make the watch feel more premium. The top button turns the watch on and off, whilst the bottom acts as a return to the main face button. Or, if you're already at the main menu, it'll take you to a list of features such as workouts, your sleep score, you can check your heart rate, your call logs, your phone calls, and just below here you can also find your notification center where you can go and look back through all the notifications you might have received earlier, and you can clear them as needed. It's also here you can check your alarms and use your stopwatch timer. In this section you can also find music, and there's an option to find your phone, and you can also find your camera shutter as well as your settings menu. Now from the main menu you can scroll down to get your music player. More on that later. So now let's talk about the features. First off, I want to talk about the Twist Awake. Now let me just say this works very, very well. It's super responsive and customizable via the app. I have it on the highest sensitivity so that I barely have to move my hand when I need it to wake. The Twist Awake on this watch is better than some of the other smartwatches I've tried in the same price range. As far as the health stuff goes, you can track your heart rate and test your blood pressure. I have no reason to think either of these are inaccurate. The step counter works pretty good as well. Although, just a small complaint is sometimes when I wake up, it'll say I have a small number of steps, even though I was sleeping and didn't have a chance to walk anywhere. That's no big deal though, because the step counter does seem more accurate than other smartwatches I've tried. Speaking of sleep, the sleep tracker seems to work pretty well, and let me tell you, it's super handy being able to see how much rest you got the night before, because you get to see how much light sleep you got versus deep sleep, and it can help you solve why you maybe feel so tired in the morning. There's also a Find My Phone feature, which is pretty handy. If you misplace your phone, you can just, from a couple taps of the watch, make a sound so that you can easily track it down. Next up is the MP3 player. So this is one of the main gimmicks of the watch. You can plug it into your computer and download apparently up to 40 songs on this watch. What's really nice about it is that you can connect your true wireless earbuds straight to the watch itself without even needing to connect your phone with Bluetooth. Plus, it doesn't seem like very many budget watches in this price range have that feature. So kudos to BRIBEJAT. This is Doc, and he wants nothing more in his life other than for me to give him this treat. Now, I will only give him the treat if you like and subscribe. For every subscriber this video gets, I will give him one treat. You subscribed? Good. There you go. Doc is happy. Next up, the app. This watch is accompanied by an app, which is pretty good. No real complaints. You can use it to check things like sleep, calories burned, heart rate, etc. It also has a lot of settings and customization for the watch, and it's where you should go if you want to change out the watch face. Now, this is actually one of my favorite features of the watch. Under the watch dial sections, you can choose one of their pre-made watch faces, or you can put together your own. Now, as far as dial customization goes, this watch is very good at what it does. You can choose any image off your phone that you want to have as your watch face, and then you can also adjust the color of the time to match the watch face. You can also add extra information at the top or bottom of the time display, such as your calories, your footsteps, your battery life, your Bluetooth connection, the list goes on. You can also adjust where the time is located on the screen, so that's up, down, middle, wherever you need it to be. Overall, lots of fun stuff to do on the app. If I can make one change, I would say it would be nice to be able to store more faces on the watch itself, so you don't have to go through the app and directly upload the watch face to the watch itself. But that's pretty common with budget smartwatches, so that complaint goes out to any smartwatch company. But if they were to make one in the future, it would definitely be nice to see more onboard storage for faces and such. Now, one of my favorite features of this watch is that it can make calls. Beam me up, Scotty. In all seriousness, it's super handy to be able to take a call straight from your watch and actually use it as your microphone. This has come in super clutch on bike rides and stuff, where my phone is in my backpack and I can just pick up the phone call from my wrist and I don't even have to dig my phone out of my backpack. And you can even make your own calls straight from the watch if you want. So if you want a watch that can make calls, have an MP3 player and such, I would highly recommend. Now, real quickly, let's talk about the display. Now, the display on this watch is pretty good. It's super bright and easy to see, even outdoors and in direct sunlight. It's even brighter than some AMOLED watches I've used. That being said, it is only an LCD display. In essence, that means the colors won't be quite as vibrant as what you might see on an AMOLED watch, but that's to be expected at this watch's price range. I actually think it'd be pretty cool if they made a more premium version of this watch, maybe in the $100 price range, where they have the features like an AMOLED display and a sleeker design. In that case, I'd be really happy to review it as well. In conclusion, overall this is a really great budget smartwatch that I would recommend to anyone who's looking for a watch that can make calls, receive calls, and have an MP3 player on their wrist, and for anyone who's looking for a great watch with great watch face customization and a great design. Now, that's all for this video. Again, huge thanks to BRIBEJAT for sending it over. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you in the next one.